Hello and welcome back to my FlossTube channel. My name is Lizzie and you can find me on Instagram as this Mrs Fisher or Mud, so this Mrs Fisher _stitches. Thanks for coming back. I'm enjoying making these little short videos. Excuse me, I'm going to have to keep drinking because I've had a really bad cold and words are hard. And my tea is hot. Hopefully it'll help the throat. Breathing has been quite tricky. Sorry, let me just get situated. I'm sat here so you can see our tree. We haven't had a tree for a few years because our house is quite small, and we have a lot of furniture. And when we got our second dog, we realised that we couldn't move the furniture to where we used to move it because we'd made a little dog run. And so this year we've got a little real Christmas tree. It's literally the size of my torso, if that. I'm sat on the floor. This is sat on a little chest of drawers that I keep my DMC in. Yeah. Anyway, it's very, very happy Christmas tree, and it's got a picture of a dog in it for some reason. I don't know if you've ever seen that. There's a picture of Gibbs sat on the floor. We were watching The Grinch when that was on. Then Isabel took that, so there we are. Happy 15th of December, everybody. 10 more days to the big day, or 9 more days, 9 more sleeps. How are we doing with the festive stitching? I must admit I've enjoyed only festive stitching. I'm not doing anything that's not festive anymore. Just till January. In January, my round robin stitching starts in earnest. I've got 2 round robins to stitch, and I'm going to try and get both of those done in January. If not one in January, one in February, to get that sorted and sent on their way. But I decided that during December I would really embrace the festivities. So I've got a new start and some whips to show you, and some thoughts on what I could do with the red fabric that I showed you. Actually, it's my jumper. The red fabric I showed you last time you were here. So shall we start with some stitching, because that's why you're here. Let's see what's easiest. Shall I show you my start? So I popped to the Jingle Ball, and mainly for the shopping, I must admit, but I did go in a couple of stitchy rooms. But my audio, although I could hear, nobody could hear me, you know, which is fine. I could lurk, but I'm not a very good lurker. And people were asking me questions and I couldn't answer them because I couldn't speak. So I typed in the chat. It was really bizarre because I spent pretty much all day on my work laptop in meetings, not a problem. And then, of course, being the ultimate professional, I should have just kept my work laptop on. I went to my personal laptop, which is 5 years old now. It's very slow. And yeah, the audio did not work. Tried different sets of headphones, tried no headphones. Husband even went upstairs for me so that I could have no headphones. It just didn't work. So I did my shopping and I left. Well, I left because the shops weren't open on the Friday. Not in UK time anyway. And then I went back in on the Saturday to do my shopping, and then I left again. And one of the things I bought was the Tiny Modernist mini advent salon. I can't remember what it's called. It'll be along the bottom with the picture. And I've started it. I started it yesterday. And now I'm not doing it on the white or cream or whatever that was recommended. I did cut a piece of Ada the right size to do it on sort of like a white-ish Ada. And then as I was searching for a certain thread, I found this that I de-stashed from somebody at Stitch in London, Becca, I think. This beautiful turquoise-ish 40 count linen. And here's my start. So it's 40 count, so the camera probably won't be able to pick it up. If I put it in front of my face, might be able to. get a better view. So I'm doing it 1/1. No, I'm not. That would be ridiculous. I'm stitching it 1/2 on this 40 count, and here's my start of the first part. I think we've had 3 parts released now. I'm behind, obviously. I love it. I was stitching it yesterday. I'm using CXC threads because I have a full set of CXC, or thereabouts, a full set. I've lost one. And I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And it's going to be great on this fabric. So it's going to be tiny. I mean, for reference, if I put this circle next to my glasses, it's tiny. You can see how small it is. So I'd say that's 1 inch and a tiny bit that I've stitched already there. Beautiful though, and it's working up a treat. So that was my new start for the week. New start every week, that could be a thing. Can you imagine it if I did that next year on top of my 60, 70 whips I've got already? God. I mean, I could. I need a new house to store everything in though, wouldn't I? Okay, so that was my new start. Here is my work in progress, and I've got a trailing thread. Let me just pop my trailing thread through to the back. So this is the Winter Quaker, which I don't have to hand the pattern of. I'll put a picture in because I'm feeling really lazy. It's over there, literally 4 or 5 steps away from me, but I'd have to get up. And lungs, they're a thing. Have to protect the breathing at all costs. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I haven't coughed too much yet this morning. I've got a cough brewing, so I'll just have some more tea. Here is my Winter Quaker. I've done quite a lot. Oh, I could do you last saw it looking like this because I took a photo after I did the whatnot. And here it is. So I'm playing with the colours. I think the big motifs are going to be red and green, and the little ones are going to be like stars in the yellow. I'm doing it on 46 count, 1/2, using the greens are DMC. The yellow is sorry, I had to cough. The yellow is a Classic Colourworks, I think. And the red is by Stuart Moore Textiles. And I got that in a box from Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily Designs when I ordered one of their portfolios. So it's nearly done. And I'm loving it. I love the colours I've chosen. And I've seen that they've got a Nativity Quaker by Primrose Cottage, and I think I'd like to do that next year as my Advent type stitch. So that's that one. Really pleased with it. Really pleased with it on this 46 count. I can do that without any magnification. I have to use magnification for the blue 40 count, probably because it's a bit darker, and I'm stitching it in hand, so it's not as stretched. I don't know why I'm stitching in hand. It just felt right to do yesterday evening, so. But that is looking gorgeous, I tell you. I'll put that there. I did want to make some plans for next year, but as soon as I make a plan, it sort of never happens. I go, oh, I don't like that, and so I stop. Okay, my next work in progress to show you is, I've got another start as well, but I'll show you that in a minute because I'm holding this now. Is my Bothy Threads robins from the Advent calendar, and I can't remember what day we got the actual bits and bobs for it. But this is the pattern, or no, this is the cover photo picture of these 3 robins, and I've got as far as, now I've changed the fabric out. It came with some 14 count Ada, I think, And I've changed the fabric out to some dark Sanditon by Swan Bay Fabrics. If you watch Laura and Brenda, Brenda and the Serial Starter, Brenda was waxing lyrical about this fabric yesterday in their new video, which made me giggle because I've stitched this robin on it. Isn't he cute? So the rest of the branch comes this way, and I will get to it, but I just stopped because that was a good stopping point. I absolutely love him. He's adorable. Thing about having a cold and not being, there's a bit of fluff there, and not being able to work is that as long as you're sat still and not coughing or moving too much, you can fight through the shivers and the fever just by making teeny tiny hand movements while you stitch. So I think it took me a couple of days to stitch him because I was quite poorly. I think everything shows up okay, even in this light, although his legs don't look connected to his body from here. I don't know if you can see them better than me. They are connected to his body. Maybe a little bit of backstitch will help. And there is backstitch in the pattern. Oh, and yeah, look, his legs are outlined with backstitch, so we're okay. So that's Christmas whip number 2. And then, like I said, I had another new start. And I started this when I saw my friends Fiona and Leslie. And then I unpicked everything I stitched because I so I found the middle of the chart and I found the middle of the fabric, and then I decided that bit of the chart looks nice to stitch, I'll start there. But instead of starting where that should have been, I started in the middle of the fabric, and it was nice to stitch twice because I had to unpick it because I'd pre-cut the fabric, so or it was a bit of fabric that it just fitted on, and I'd pre-cut it, so it had to start in the middle. And here is the pattern. Now, this pattern is called Nutcrackers in Blue. It's by Linda Bird from Imaginating. I think that's just what they're called, Imaginating, yeah. And we saw this, like the model stitch or a model stitch of it in Geeta's in Canada. I can't remember the town it was in. Geeta's cross stitch, Ontario, Canada. And we saw it on the wall. And I was like, I need that pattern. Can we have that? Can I buy that pattern? She said, no, we don't have it, but we could order it in for you. I'm like, yeah, it's a bit of a trek to come back to pick it up. So I ended up ordering it from Imaginating myself. And yes, I did pay the postage from the States for a paper pattern. And yes, it wasn't cheap, but I adore it. And when I first saw it, I thought to myself, that is wonderful, but maybe not in blue. So I've started it, and I'm doing a conversion, obviously, to bubble. That's a big long shadow coming out of his hat. No, that's a line of stitching. That's where his. You tell it's early morning. And you're like, no, Liz, you're always like this. That's where his plumage on his hat's going to be. And that's the centre guy just here, look. It's got that big blue feather. Well, this guy's is going to be purple. So yeah, I've done my own little conversion. I'm stitching it on I think it's a 16 count. I hope it's a 16 count because that's what I've calculated that it'll fit with. And I'm doing a CXC 2/1, like Ada square, 2 threads. And I think they're going to be cool. I've got the beard done. Oh, and I've changed, so the eyes, you probably won't be able to see it, but because it was in blues, it made sense for them just to use one of the blues for their eyes. Well, I don't think even Nutcrackers should have purple eyes. That's just a bit too weird. So I've used an étoile from my little stash of étoiles just to give them a blue eyes. I don't know which number it is. If you really need to know, I can look it up. It's this colour blue, but it's got a little sparkle, so they've all got a little sparkle in their eyes, which I think is quite cool. Now I'm just going to stop the video again because I need to cough. So I think that's it on everything I've stitched recently. I've done a little bit of work on my daughter's bunny. She knows I'm not going to get it finished in time for Christmas, because I'm focusing on Christmas stitching. She laughs, she thinks it's fine. I'm very lucky to have her laughing at me. She's bought me a Christmas stitch for Christmas, so I need to send that off to get the threads. Without looking at it, I need to extract the page with the threads from a PDF without looking at what it's of. It's going to be very hard. I know what it's of. It's a picture of the dog. She's told me that much. And get that sent off for the threads, so I can do that that'll be my Boxing Day start, because she's not here till Boxing Day because she's spending Christmas Day with her dad. Excuse me. And so for my Christmas Day start, myself, Fiona, or maybe Fiona, but myself and Leslie are definitely starting this on Christmas Day. Let me just take it out of its packaging so it doesn't have too much glare. The moment I saw this on Talking Dogs Instagram, I zoomed over and pre-ordered it. Look at that bird in flight. It's amazing. So it's the Northern Cardinal by... Oh, I have done a bit more stitching actually, but that's over there, maybe next time. Sorry, I stitched on my Cardinal Biscornu by Tiny Modernist. So the Northern Cardinal by Cottage Garden Sam. I can never remember. Samplings, Cottage Garden Samplings. Cardinals now remind me of Leslie and Fiona and Sitting in the Garden in Niagara. The pattern is fairly intense colour-wise, but so I also need to order threads for this. Here are the two classic colour works. Bing Cherry is this colour, and this colour is Ladybug. I'm going to do it on 46 count, so I only needed one skein of each, which is quite good because I think lots of people have bought this. And then I need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could have done some mental arithmetic, couldn't I? 5 times 3, 15 DMC colours. And when I'm getting something like this up, I like to get full skeins. Not because I think I'm going to use them, just because I'm lazy. And I'm going to use CXC. So 15 times 25p. I can't do that maths right now. £10 times 25p is £2.50. 5 times £25 is £1.25. £6.25p. It makes it much more affordable than buying the DMC anyway, is what I'm saying. Christmas Day start, and then the Boxing Day start will be Isabel, my daughter's... She's called Isabel. I've said her name a couple of times. My daughter's picture of one of the dogs that we took when we were on holiday. It's a lovely picture because he's a very handsome boy. It's the black dog, not the grey one. The grey one's a bit weird. Now then, moving back to the Bothy Advent Calendar, which I was so kindly gifted, and I'm loving it. I won't show today's because I don't want to ruin the surprise. Not that many people follow me, so it'll be fine. Really useful for me. I'm not sure it'll be useful for everybody, depending on how you organise yourself, but very useful for me. I love it. Yes, so we've had the Robins chart, and we've had this chart by what's her name? Why is it not on the front? You know, the lady that does the cutesy things, Margaret Sherry, which is quite cool. It's a little cat knitting and a mouse helping pass the wool. I love that. I love cute things. I think next year might be my year of cuteness. I mean, I think next year might be my year of loads of different ideas. Excuse me. I'm supposed to be going into work tomorrow. I'm working from home today, which is fine. I don't think I've even got any meetings, so I don't need to cough. Tomorrow's our team building Christmas day. Ooh, I'm going to be very silent, I think, during it. Otherwise, I'm just going to cough to the point of silliness. Back to Advent and Bothy. So they've also given us 2 more kits, but no pattern yet. So please tell me if I've missed the pattern for Whole Lot of Lovely. These gorgeous colours, which they sent some white Ada for. I think white Ada's been their thing for all of it, really. And then this one, oh no, this one has got so this is obviously a Rendale one, because it's got the spotty Ada, which is printed. Who knew? They have printers in their warehouse that print the spots. So every piece of spotty Ada would be the same. I don't know how I thought it was done, but it was very interesting. And then this one's called A Mice Day Out, and it's these colours, and with lots and lots of this colour blue. So I'm guessing it's a picture with mice in it. So that's very exciting. I love a Rendell, but they also said this was one of their favourite artists, so I can't wait to see what this one is. And it's called A Whole Lot of Lovely. So exciting. I love it. I love Bothy. Father Christmas might be bringing me the Bothy book for a bit more fun stitching times next year. Yeah, and other than that, I think that's about it. Yeah, plans. Oh no, I wanted to show you this, didn't I? Bear with me, sorry. So I discussed doing the House of Hearts by Modern Folk Embroidery, which was going to be my Christmas Day start, but might have to be my New Year's Day start now. I've lost the... oh, there it is. Unless I have 2 Christmas Day starts. So, yeah, House of Hearts on this 40... well, that's washed out. Maybe if I put it next to some white, it'll show it better. So this 46 count by Stitch Beautiful, light pinky colour, and it's called Ballet Shoes. And here is the red that I was going to use, which I am going to use for it, by hand dyed by Rolanda, that we got in Stitch North. So I'm going to do House of Hearts on that, House of Hearts. And then I showed you this fabric, which is, whoa, less red than that. No, I suppose it's about right showing up like that, same colour as my collar. And I said I didn't know what to stitch on it. And then I went stash diving through my Roxy thread stuff, that's stash, sorry about the crinkling, and I found these threads. I was looking for something else, but my hands landed on these threads and I thought, ooh. And this is the first time I've got them out to look at like this. It was a packet of, like, a monthly pack they had extras of when we went to Stitch North, called Love Thy Neighbour. And I think they'd look amazing on that fabric. And I'm thinking of doing a Jacob chart. He's got charts, Sally Sews and Grows the Silk Route, that's an option. Or the one that's Helsingland Blummer. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're square, they're big, they're busy, and I think they'd look quite amazing in this colourway. I'll show you that again. Isn't that lush? That's all quite accurate, actually. Maybe a little less garish on the red, but the colours are right on the threads. So that's what I'm thinking of those. So I don't have any small plans, do I? I'm going to start... Ugh, put it down. Where have I put it? It's literally just in my hand. I was using it as a... Here it is. Start this on Christmas Day. Well, I'm not going to finish it on Christmas Day, am I? And then a picture of my dog, which she said isn't huge, but I don't know. And she says it hasn't got any background, so that's good. She took the background off. House of Hearts, also huge. And this, huge. Not to mention all the other projects I've done or started. And all the other ones I want to start, like all my bothy kits. Why do we have to go to work? I think I said that last video, didn't I? Alas. Oh, and something I'd like to do, but is in the suitcase that I put all my whips that I'm not touching for a while in. I might have to get out. Is finish my Christmas goat, my Yule Bocken pattern from Modern Folk Embroidery. Because every time I look at my Christmas goat here, I think I need to finish my Christmas goats. Oh, and look, I have another Christmas goat here hanging from my tree. I need to finish my Christmas goat cross stitch. Anyway, have a wonderful Monday. I hope it's all going well for you, and the run up to Christmas is relaxed and full of love and people that you love and things that you love, and lots of lovely, wonderful festive stitching. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.